Hello YouTube and welcome to Ontario, Canada, site to race number 6 of the NRSL Coconut Cup Series and the official debut of the COTs. First onto the track to set a lap time in the cars will be Stephen Paul III, man who did not have a very good D&Q race last week. Not only his first D&Q, basically didn't have a good weekend. Not only his first D&Q of the season, but also did not even take the green flag in the D&Q race. So, and then apparently his pit stalls after pit lane or start finish line. So sets his first official lap time. The 23 though comes into this race 37th in owners points, and worth mentioning, we will actually be taking more Go or Go homers this week than we normally do. Normally it's the top 12 of the Go or Go homers. This week it will be the top 15 of the Go or Go home cars because the 66, the 70, and the 33, all cars that are top 30 in the owner's points are not here because of the part-time rules. So worth keeping in mind as this session goes on, top 15 of the Go or Go homers will race. Another one of those Go or Go home cars is Alexander Rowe in car number 2, 43rd in the owner's points coming in after a D&Q and finishing second in the D&Q race last week. That also was their first D&Q of the season, I believe. Currently 8th quickest now in the early going here. Teammate for that car, Amy Shelley, currently 3rd quickest. Almost got out onto the grass. She too will... Let's see, hold on, I'm trying to remember. No, Amy Shelley will race 25th in the owner's points coming in. So, the good news for them after they started last week not in the D&Qs, or in the D&Qs, so either way. Zachary Fitzwater in car number 19, just getting up to speed. He is one of the Go or Go homers, 38th in the owner's points coming in, so we'll have to follow his progress. Ali Nelson in car 36, another one of the Go or Go homers as well, 41st in the owner's points coming into this weekend. So I'll have to see what she can do. Hopefully they can make it, and it was not a very good week for Bill Davis Racing last week. 2 of their cars in the D&Q race. Tristan Wilhoyd in car 16, bringing out the Wii-sponsored car. Currently 20th quickest, but they will race. Just try and keep this car in one piece basically and survive. They are 2nd in the owner's points coming in as one of our part-time cars goes to the top of the board. Mary Shelley is 34th in the owner's points coming in, having to use the past champions last week to get in. Still has that past champions available, has 5 more of them should she need it. They will have to make it in on speed technically this week, but could fall back on that if need be. Christopher Pierce deciding to bring it in. He is actually locked into the race, so this just might be to protect the car. 16th in the owner's points. Currently 22nd quickest, as holy crap, Go or Go home cars are the top 4. Including RJ Reynolds and William Flickinger, of all people. Okay. But Christopher Pierce will race. They are locked in, like I said, 16th. Currently one of the slower cars here right now. Cole Deaver is not on track right now, so we'll have to get back to him. Henry Sanford in the Domino's Toyota, car 00, is currently 11th quickest, but will race. They are 9th in the owner's points coming in for Henry Sanford, so a great job so far for them this season. Zach Rogers looks to be just getting up to speed a little bit there in car number 10, currently 10th quickest. And they will race. They are 17th in the owner's points. And like I said, currently 10th quickest on the speed charts, so not too bad. James Qualls, the FedEx Freight Chevy, currently 9th quickest and will race 14th in the owner's points coming into this race weekend. So just a matter of keeping their car in one piece and trying to give themselves a good starting spot. Although starting spot not really a big factor here, as one of the rookies, Zachary DeLello, in his trying to make his Coconut Cup Series debut, has found the wall, and that will be a backup car for car 49. We'll get to him later on. Let's see if Cole Deaver is now out on track. Yes, he is. The Elvis Presley Chevrolet, car number 8, currently 22nd quickest on speed charts. he will race. The car is 22nd in owner's points, so he definitely is one of those that wants to keep his car in one piece here today or this weekend. Actually, I'm going to take one moment. The screen will freeze there. Okay, and we're back. Sorry, I was going to type up the fact that the 49 was going to a backup car. Just wanted to make sure I remembered that one. Already talked about Will Hoyt, actually. William Brock, car number 18, currently 14th quickest. And they will race as well. Actually, no, sorry. William Brock is one of the Go-Go homers. 33rd in owner's points coming in. So definitely has to make it on speed here. So we'll have to see how he can do. Dylan Young, currently 18th quickest. They will race 15th in the owner's points coming in to this weekend. So we'll have to see where he can put himself. Just keep the car in one piece is his goal. Seth Cole is 13th quickest right now, and they will race. So again, just keep the car in one piece is his goal for this session. 8th quickest, or 8th in the owner's points coming in for Seth. So a spectacular job, or 8th in owner's points for this car. So great job so far this season. As Tristan Wilhoit has some sort of engine problem, so he'll be going to the back of the field now. Jeffrey McCullough, currently 22nd quickest, is one of the Go-Go home cars. Does not come in this race even top 45 in the owner's points, so one moment. Okay. So yeah, that's basically a story on McCullough. Let's see what he can do. Smedos Khan comes into this race 30th in the owner's points with this 29 team, or for the 29 team, so he will race 20th quickest right now. Needs to put together a good race, though. I think I talked about Nelson. 6th quickest right now. One of the Go-Go home cars. They are 41st in the owner's points, if I didn't, so. There's Mary Shelley once again. I believe I talked about her. 34th in the owner's points. Will have the past champions if need be, but wants to qualify in on speed. William Flickinger, car number 40, currently 9th quickest. And this is one of the Go-Go homers. He's dead last of the cars that have run every single race so far. Actually, he's dead last in points, period. Mark George in car 42, 18th quickest. They will race. They are 20th in the owner's points. RJ Reynolds, 4th quickest right now. He has to make it in on speed as well. Alger Baranowskis is one of the cars that is going to be trying to make his NRSL Coke Vanilla Cup Series debut. Has to make it in on speed in car 46. Will be just running the COT races. Currently 11th quickest though. Going to try and put himself in those top 15 cars. Zachary DeLello, currently 10th quickest in car 49. Just running the COT races, so he is going to have to qualify on speed. And trying to make, again, like I said, trying to make his Coke Vanilla Cup Series debut. Will have to start from the rear of the field for whichever race he's in, though. Henry Williams, currently 16th quickest in a second Robbie Gordon Motorsports entry. Teammate to Jonathan Zorline, trying to make his Coke Vanilla Cup Series debut. And again, he will only be running the COT races this season, so gonna have to watch what he can do. And finally for this group, Max Anderson in car 88, 3rd quickest, is one of the Go-Go homers, 35th in the owner's points for the second of the Yates Racing cars. Okay, that's weird. I'm just looking at this. There should be 25 cars in this group. So this isn't going to affect anything for the rest of this. If I find who's missing and I don't find them in the other group, then I will simply have the other group has 26 for this 1 week, and it'll be fixed for the next COT race. So. And into standby time, flying laps will count. And there's going to be your final lap to basically count for speed. So that is it for group number 1 here for the first 24 of 50 to be able to go to the track. Amy Shelley sets the quickest lap time of this group, followed by Allie Nelson, who's going to be the top go-or-go-home car of this group. Cars that are in trouble basically in terms of speed, probably going to be Jeffrey McCullough and Henry Williams. Brock should be close. Depends on what the other group does. With that said, just going to take the export for this, and then I'll see you right back for group number 2. And we are back for group number 2. So I was able to figure out, yeah, indeed, there's 26 cars in this one group. So Tim Randolph is going to be the first car out for this group. 60 car comes into this race 5th in the owner's points, so they will race. That is a guarantee. Matt Dixon is one of the COT only drivers. One of the go home cars this week will have to qualify in on speed, making his return to the series. And whoops, I'll be right back. And we're back. I didn't realize I had that up. So Sam Young, car number 14, is 18th in the owner's points coming in, so they will race the Panasonic Chevy. Just looking for a starting spot and keep the car in one piece, basically. Zach Flickinger, one of the go home cars this week. They are below 45th in owner's points for car 55. It's been a terrible season right now for Michael Waltrip Racing, except for the fact of the 00. So, go figure. Flickinger will have to see if he can make the race. Brian Patterson, car number 17, the USG Sheetrock Ford, comes into this race 12th in the owner's points after a abysmal Auto Club race there. So gonna have to look to rebound here. We'll have to see what he can do. Almost went off the track. William Duncan in car 31 comes into this race knowing they will race 21st in the owner's points, currently 3rd quickest on the speed chart, so a good start to their session. Goal for them, just keep the car in one piece. Charles Sanford is one of the go home cars in car number 05, the Team Chevy sponsored Chevy. They are 39th in the owner's points, so we'll have to see what they can do. Jonathan Zorline in the unsponsored number 7, currently 6th quickest. They also will have to make it in on speed. They are 31st in the owner's points, so a good run here. Probably, if he can make the race and they have a solid run, that should put them in the top 30 because they can pass the 66 or the 70 pretty easily. Putting it that way. Delon Abrahamian, car number 6, will race 28th in the owner's points, so not terribly safe though either. Let's see what they can do. Currently 12th quickest. Vince Almarego is 23rd quickest right now in this group, but they will race 3rd in the owner's points for the DEI Chevy. So far so good for them and the rookie. Jack James, the Lucas Oil Chevrolet, currently 20th quickest, but will race, so just basically keep the car in one piece. 19th in the owner's points, and now up to 15th after improving his lap time, and decides, okay, yeah, we're not going to risk it anymore. Actually, we're not going to talk about Johnny just yet. We'll go by this way. Mohammed Zain Abdullah, car number 1, is, well, we're going to talk about that, and Preston Plord to a backup car. So, get over to Abdullah again, bring this up. Okay. And we're back, so Mohammed Zain Abdullah will race 7th in the owner's points in car number 1 this season. So far so good. Chris Washer, car number 5, comes in as the owner's points leader and the points leader, I believe, for the driver's points. So, pretty sure at least. Currently the quickest car in this group, though, so that's a good sign for him. Let's see what they can do. Just keep the car in one piece, basically, is what they're trying to do. Charles Jackson is currently 16th quickest in car number 9. They will race 13th in the owner's points, so just keep the car in one piece really would be their goal. Chris Louvier, the 01 Army Chevrolet, there's a good look of it at least, currently 8th quickest, and they will race 27th in the owner's points, so again, needing a good run here for them this week to try and make sure that they don't actually fall out of the top 30. Now we'll talk about Gardner. 9th quickest right now in car number 06, is one of the Go Homers, 44th in the owner's points coming in. So needs to make the race and have a solid run. DNQ'd the last 2 races, I believe. I think it was, yeah, Bristol. Might have been 2 of the last 3, I don't know. It's either Road America and Auto Club or Bristol and Auto Club, so. Will Lewis in car 07 is 20th quickest, but will race 4th in the owner's points, so I think this is just probably them trying to keep the car in one piece. Preston Plord, the Home Depot Chevrolet, currently 24th quickest, but will race. They are 29th in the owner's points, so really trying to probably put together a good qualifying effort, I would think, because realistically they need some confidence going into the weekend because they need to run well on Sunday. Jessica Shelton, currently 6th quickest. They will need to make, or she needs to make it in on speed. 32nd in the owner's points for car 21. Right now looking pretty good though, as like I said, 6th quickest right now in this group. Needs a solid run as well once getting into the race, if they do. So, Bill Braddock Jr., the only Caterpillar Toyota, or the only Bill Davis racing car that made the race last week, is what I was trying to say. Currently 12th quickest. They will race once again 10th in the owner's points entering this week. So far so good this season for them. Kev Shear is currently 24th quickest in one of the other Go Home cars in this group. 42nd in the owner's points coming in. So just needing a really good run. Just needs to actually make a race. They've missed the last 2. Tom Shelley also has missed the last 2 races, which has sent him down the order. So he is currently 8th quickest and just trying to make a solid run. They are below 45th in owner's points. It has not been a good season whatsoever. Kyle Matthews currently 2nd quickest. They will race. They are 24th in owner's points coming in. Put themselves in the top 30 after Auto Club. So that was a great weekend for them. Sky Commons in the 83, the 2nd of the Red Bull Racing cars this weekend. The full-time entry at least. 13th quickest and is a Go Homer. 36th in owner's points for him. As Matt Dixon up to 4th. Nice. Last week's winner, Steve Pollard, hatched a deal with his family member Robert to be able to drive the 98 car, which wasn't originally going to be allowed, but oh well. 98 is a Go Home car though, despite the fact that Steve Pollard is 6th in driver's points. 33 is not here. This car will not earn points for the 33 either. An extra one of the Evernham cars trying to make the race. And last but not least, Levi McIntyre in car 99, currently 11th quickest, and will race 11th in owner's points, ironically enough, as well as Tom Shelley's up to 2nd. Nice. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at cars that need to improve their speed. The damage doesn't look too bad on that car. I think that's repairable, especially for what it's worth. I think that would be a repairable car. Whoa! Jack James has clobbered the pit wall. That's going to be a backup. And that is it for qualifying. I didn't even notice that we're in complete time. Sorry. Um, with that, Chris Washer sets the quickest time of this group. Drivers in trouble to make the race. Going to be Charles Sanford. Looks to that might be the slowest time we had all weekend. So he's probably he's going to be a D&Q most likely. Zach Flickinger doesn't look the most safe in terms of making the race, and I would say Skycom's Johnny Gardner should be, but you never know. Depends who makes it in and all that. Like I said, we're taking top 15, so that's worth mentioning. I don't even know who the pole sitter is, so I didn't look at speeds that well. I just knew who was where. Matt Dixon, though, quickest of the Go-Go homers in this group. With that, next up will be the starting grid for 3-unit. And we'll have Hooter Series racing on Saturday, and then this race on Sunday for Coke Vanilla Cup Series. So, thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.